good morning and also maybe good afternoon, everybody. My name is Wei. I'm the channel manager from Dobot, Germany. Today I'm in Denmark at our customer Leon Maskin Fabrik. And today we're gonna do a live demonstration for our CNC machine tending solution powered by our Danish partner RiACT Robotics. So today in the studio, we thrilled to have Magnus from RiACT Robotics and Thomas from LHM. So welcome you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I think we start with self-introduction. So I think for some of our viewers, RiACT Robotics maybe is still a little bit new. So Magnus, would you please do the first to introduce who you are and what do you offer to the market?
Yes, thank you, Wei. Yeah, so I'm Magnus. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer of RiACT Robotics and one of the founders of the company. And first of all, I'm very happy we can be here today because we can see some of the solutions we're working at this moment. RiACT is a company that is creating software for robots. So what we're doing is creating a universal operating system that allows to control any robot in the same way. And the company is based in Copenhagen. We have around 10 nationalities in the company at this moment. So we will almost, every time we have a customer, we will make sure that there's at least one employee that can speak the language of our customer.
That's great.
And well, the company started delivering robot solutions to car makers in Europe. But since the start of the company in 2019, we have been focusing a lot on CNC machine tending solutions.
That's great. Same as Dobot in Germany. Dobot Germany, we have also, I don't know, but we have also so many foreign employees, co-workers. So also we aim to serve our customer with their native language. So actually I've been in Denmark maybe 100 times. So in Denmark, I see always the high buildings, Copenhagen Tower, I see the sea bridges. But today is for me so excited to see a real production also in Denmark. So I thought the Danish guys just do financing or some other jobs, but you guys produce. Yes, Thomas, can you introduce a little bit about your company? What do you do? And for me, also interesting to know that what is your challenge in Denmark?
My name is Thomas. I'm production manager here at LHM Group. We are manufacturing parts for subsea, marine, a lot of other businesses. The challenge with having this company in Denmark could be something like capacity issues, getting the right personnel. In our factory, we have a lot of orders, and the limitation is actually the personnel. That's why we go with robots, so we can extend our production.
Yeah, so I think the only way to deliver it in time and continue to receive such good orders to automate the production.
Yeah, and the help for our operators, because we have good skilled operators, and the robot helps them to achieve our goals in the manufacturing.
Yeah, and the workers here, they can do more interesting jobs, and so let the robots do some boring things, and you can also have the consistent quality. And so on. It's also an easy task, help for you as a production manager, production head. Yeah. But so Magnus, when Thomas and his team approached you with all these challenges, what stood out? What was your idea? And you just mentioned that you offer the universal software platform for robotics. Why you decided to use Dobot as a key component in this solution for Thomas?
So when I entered here in the production of Thomas, I could see, first of all, you have a big machine shop with a lot of variations. So you have many different machines from Masak, from Kuma, from Dusan. So there's a lot of variation, which creates a lot of potential. But that potential, especially, you can see if you have a universal platform where you can control it in the same way. And that variation also extends to the parts that are being produced here. So you have parts that weighs down to 1 kilo, all the way up to many hundreds of kilos.
Okay.
So you need different robots and different solutions for this. And that's what we always do in RiACT, is trying to understand what solution would actually fit here. So what we chose is to use big industrial robots for the heavyweight parts, and we used Dobots for parts that weighs below 20 kilo. And I think the solution we have today, combining Dobot and RiACT, We have a solution that is very sleek to look at. We will see that later.
Yeah.
And also very simple to operate. And the beautiful thing is that the industrial robot runs in the same way as the collaborative robots. It's just one interface to control both.
Yeah, it's very interesting because we say that positive people, they have always positive ideas, because when you come here, you see different brands of CNC machines or robots. For some people, they are a huge headache, but you see potentials. So it's very interesting also during our cooperation with each other. Yes, so we want to know more about this solution, and how do you think that the Dobot hardware and the RiACT software, what makes this combination unique?
I think if you look at the solution, there are like no solution on the market that beats this on usability.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing we're looking at, because what we want to provide is in-house manufacturing, enabling Thomas and his team to actually do the configuration themselves. Secondly, what you have in the software is a digital twin, and that gives both visual feedback for the user, that you can see what you're doing before you actually play it on the robot. It also allows the robot to remember the state of what you're doing. You can simulate things to make sure that it's running in the way that you expect it. So I think by having this software combined with good hardware, you have a solution that stands out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means you have the universal and the unique software. You also need a good hardware partner, a robotic partner that offer you the accuracy, the flexibility, and of course a good service from the producer, like from Dobot, and the cooperation from us.
Exactly, and that's what we try, is being an objective partner. So we're not married to any brand of robot, but we always look at what would be the best solution in this case. And here it was Dobot.
Yeah. I think Dobot is one of your most preferred brand to the market.
I think it's what is really important, and what we also try to provide in RiACT is good support. I hope that Thomas can feel that, and I think that also extends to the team of Dobot, that if there are things that are happening, and there will always be when you create automation solutions, that you're fast in fixing these.
Yes. Yes, Thomas, I think you have this combination, this solution already for well. So comparing to the traditional setup, what do you think now this combination? Is your challenge or your problem they have been solved, or what is your idea? Is your feedback for
I
us?
think the challenge that we had with we had a robot with a very strict software system before. It was very limited. Every time we need to change something, we had expensive engineers, and it was not able to adapt to our custom needs. So now we have one platform going for each machine, for each robot.
Yeah.
Very good to adapt, and everything. If no external programming needed, and if we need some custom things, RiACT can do it in, I say minutes, but quite fast.
Yeah.
So we have a software now that when you go for milling, lathe, whatever, it's the same platform you're using everywhere. So if you are a turning guy and you go to a milling, you can still operate the robot. It's the same platform you have.
Yes.
And it's very good and very quick to adapt to our products.
Okay, so I understand that it is a programming-free program. So,
Yes.
so that because I talked to many of the robot users who has already started or who not yet, because a lot of them, they're afraid of using robots. It's not mainly because of they feel maybe it's too difficult to use a robot. They feel too risky in order to use robots, they need to hire programmers, and they cannot find any programmers. This is also now the situation in Europe, I think, generally.
And that's the reason why there are many companies still that have not started the automation journey, but would benefit quite a lot from actually getting their first robots, because it's hard to find people and because the competition is increasing.
Yeah.
And then there are other companies that already have one robot or many robots, but that really struggle with this complexity of reconfiguring the systems themselves.
Yeah.
Because when I joined Dobot 1 year ago, I have ever talked to my engineers in Frankfurt. I say, okay, this looks no technology here because the surface, the interface so easy. I drag it and then click some buttons. They say, yeah, but it's exactly where the technology is. It looks easy, but the algorithm, everything, the codes understand this easy surface, easy interface. it's very complicated. This is where why Dobot is the best choice for the customers. It's also again a good fit between Dobot and RiACT Robotics. So we have always the same strategy, the same idea, especially with the in-house technologies.
Exactly.
So I think so far we cannot wait anymore to see these in-house solutions, these best CNC machine tending solutions in real action. So I suggest that we move to the production side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So
Let's do that.
okay, deliver. So stay tuned. We will be back right away. Okay, hi Francisco. Hi guys,
Hello.
now I'm together with Francisco. So can you
Yes.
please demonstrate how an operator he should create a job for the machine tending?
Yes, of course. And welcome everyone. I'm Francesco, the CTO at RiACT. So the main responsible of what you will see now here.
Yes.
So this is Reflex, our universal platform for industrial automation.
Yes.
And now Reflex comes in two versions. One that is targeting integrators and is used to set up the solution.
Yeah.
And then the one you see here is the Reflex Runtime. So is targeting the daily use of operators in the factories.
I see.
Okay? So on the right hand side, what you see is what Magnus talked about before, the digital twin. So the representation of what's important information in the environment of the robot. So you can see the machine,
Yeah.
the robot with this tool, and the carts providing the parts.
Okay.
Right? And we also highlight the safety area where the operators are not allowed to enter
So
when
the
the robot
green area
is this one highlighted
this
on
one
the
is
ground.
the safety
yes.
area. Okay.
Exactly. Then on the left-hand side, there is the task
Yeah.
selection panel where the operator can select the task for the robot. Now, when you open it, this is the list of options available for the operators. And the first thing they will start with is by selecting the new batch.
Yes.
By the way, you have new batch, that is the task you will use to create a new batch to process by the machine, right?
Okay.
Then you will go to machine tending, where you will execute the task itself, and the rest are just utilities. So basically, with these two skills, you are able to run the whole operations.
Yeah.
So when you select new batch, it will show you some options. The first one is which type of part you want to produce. And when you select that, you can choose from the library of parts you have created before.
I see.
right?
Okay.
So in this case, we can use this one.
Yes.
And then the next thing to select is the grid you want to use.
Yeah.
Now, this is fixed and depends on the setup, right?
Yes.
That the integrator has done. Now,
Yeah.
in this case,
This
in this case, we have several grids on top of this fixture
Yeah.
that support large parts, small parts, and also some special support grids for parts that are very long and thin that could fall off.
Yeah.
So in this case, we have to fill the large batch. So, because we are trying to fill the batch according to what's the reality, right? So
Yeah.
we have now a batch of 8 parts.
Okay.
So the next thing is selecting the number of parts you want to.
So we need to produce 8 pieces.
8 pieces now.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, if you want to empty the drop-off, this is optional.
Ah. That's,
But as you can see now in the virtual representation, we have 2 parts.
yeah.
But we cleared.
It's already
before
cleared manually.
So
Yeah.
we cleared it manually. So now, I mean, when we run the task, we will clear it.
Start task.
And you just start the
So
task.
you see the status in real
Exactly.
time. Yeah.
Gives
Okay.
you the status, and you can see
Here's
the
also
scene is
updated.
Exactly.
Okay. In the
So
left
the-
side, you just touch it on the touch screen like you are just operating. You are using your smartphone. It's quite easy to use.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So it's intuitive, it's using modern technology,
Yeah.
and it conveys the operator all the information he needs to know
Yeah.
to visually, intuitively see if
Yeah.
the robot is configured.
That means everybody who can play with smartphones, they can also operate this system.
Basically, exactly, right? And
Yeah,
who
but-
doesn't have a smartphone, right?
Yeah, but I think it's very important for our integrators or the viewers online to know that first of all, does this one software control the whole combination, or this just control the robot? You need to operate another software for the CNC machine, for example, to open the door, close it, to start it, or
No.
what is the RiACT?
It's not. RiACT is controlling, is completely integrated with the machine. We can open, we control the door, the chuck to hold
So-
the part, and the program you want to run.
Everything
Everything
is
is
integrated in the
integrated.
platform, the
Yes.
software.
In the software, yes.
Okay, but how is the communication? How the control unit communicate with the robot and the CNC machine? Because
No.
I understand maybe this machine looks a little bit new, but they do also have a little bit older version. How it
Exactly.
works is everything.
Yeah.
Do you only support TCP, IP, Ethernet, or
So as you said, depends on the machine.
Okay.
Mainly you can divide the machines in two main cases. So the more modern ones, they support Ethernet IP connections
okay.
or similar ones.
Yes.
So different protocols again, but we support those with just an Ethernet cable. So it's the easiest way to integrate. It's
Yes.
also the best way to get all the information you need about the
safe
machine.
and easy? Yes.
Safe and easy. For legacy machine, we support also the old ways of integrating with I/Os.
Ah, okay. Digital
or
input and
analog.
digital output. Like
Digital input and
the
output.
Dobot controller will also have 28 pairs of
Exactly.
input and output.
So we usually rely on Dobot panel to interface with.
Okay,
this,
yeah, okay,
machine.
because Dobot also offers you Ethernet communication, also digital DIDO communication, so
Yeah.
all are prepared for your system.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So once the setup is done, what
Yeah.
remains to do is just connecting the devices. So
Yeah.
just click on Device Manager. You
Yeah.
see the devices you have to connect.
Ah, you see different. You see Dobot. You see the iron nose. You see the
Exactly, so-
grippers. You see here the dosan. Ah, okay. Now I understand.
Exactly. So the Dosa machine, the air nozzle will be used to blow air to clean the parts.
Yeah.
And then there is the robot and the gripper, right?
So, while
you
we wait
connect
here,
them-
we just start to work.
Exactly. When you see that it's clear of errors and all is green,
Yeah.
you are ready to work.
Ah,
And
okay.
after that, you just have to select machine,
Machine
tending.
tending.
And again, here you have a couple of options. For example, sometimes it's interesting to be able to change the drop-off to be the source card if you want to use the same card.
Yeah.
It's also highlighting the,
yeah. Okay. So we-
what is the source card and what is the drop-off card. So
Yeah.
it's used to give, the 3D editor is used to give also feedback to the
Okay, I
operator.
see.
And finally, the arm speed if you want to increase the speed.
Yeah. But depending on the cycle time, I think you can
Depending,
adjust
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. So in this case, we will run like this, start
Yeah.
the task, and that's all. Then machine
It's
test will run.
showing here machine tending
Exactly.
running. Ah, we see that already the robot is
Yeah.
moving.
So
So
the
let's
robot
take a closer look at the robot. Okay, the robot is gripping the parts. Okay, and
Yeah.
put it into the machine.
Yes.
Ah, okay. But I have, when I look more into the system, I have several questions. I think the robot itself is not installed vertically to the ground. Is that correct?
Exactly. Here we installed it with a 21-degree angle.
You need a
So-
specified, explicit 21 degrees for this application, for this customer here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we decided for this angle because it was, according to our simulation, it was helpful to enter the machine because we have to put the part horizontally.
Yeah.
So it
Ah,
helps.
we see here, we hear that the pneumatic parts are already turned on.
So now it's cleaning the chuck from
Okay.
parts, from residuals,
Yeah.
and after that we'll insert the part and start the process.
Okay, so
That's it.
our robot, Dobot robot, just take the part and then position it in the right way. It's already configured in the system. Ah,
Yeah, exactly.
okay. That's amazing.
And of course, the positioning is always adjusted according to the size of the part, and that's all done automatically into the system.
Yeah, we can also see the LED light on the Dobot flange. It also shows the status of the robot. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very.
And also, I think you have also a light up here when something happens with the whole system. Is also,
Exactly.
yeah. This is gonna be a very important.
Yeah, and then as I said before, the safety area is marked by laser scanners, so you cannot cross the yellow line without
okay.
stopping the robot.
Okay, so this solution is equipped with the safety scanners.
Exactly.
So they're gonna, I guess it must be from SIG, right?
yes,
Yes,
it's
I-
a classic SIG
Yeah,
scanner.
because we do-
most used.
Our robot, we do support and the integration with SIG, for example, SIG Nano Scan 3. So you have, if you the door closes automatically.
Yes, as you can see, the door closes and the machine program is started
So in this
according to
case,
the part you are producing. So
so in this case, you don't need to do anything. Just wait or
just wait. I mean,
you just
the
leave
robot
it.
will continue and finish
You just-
the batch you prepare.
Yeah, you just leave it.
Exactly.
It's full automated.
Fully automated.
Yeah.
And what I would like to show now is
But I have another question for you,
yeah.
actually. Now I understand the robots, they should take this part, how many pieces, where to place it, but how the robot get all the programming of of the machine changing program, how it works? Can you show me?
yeah, of course, it would be my pleasure. I think it would be just easier to just
To
go
the
to the screen.
second Dobot,
in the,
right?
In the second machine.
Okay,
Yeah,
when
so
this
I
is
can show you
producing,
there.
then we go to the second Dobot. Later on, we come back
Exactly.
again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move now to the second Dobot and see how the robot read the system from the CNC machine. I think this is also very
Exactly.
important. Without this,
Yeah.
the robot cannot, the whole system, the whole solution cannot work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's just give a second to the cameras to come in
Yes.
place.
Okay.
so I can show you.
Yeah.
But basically, here now what I will show is how you can create a new model of a part. Because before we saw that the operator can select easily a new batch from the library, right?
Yeah.
But the real flexibility of Reflex comes from the fact that manufacturers, operators on their own can configure this.
Yes.
Can configure new parts and create, I mean, without having to call the integrators, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, if the operator has to create a new part like this, how does it work? I will show you. I would like to show you now.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, again, coming back to the task panel,
Yes.
to create a new kind of parts, the operator needs to select the teach part process.
Yes.
Now, again, it should connect the devices, so we can then read the program list from the
It's
machine.
kind of, we can understand it, kind of enable the system, right? Connect the system.
Yeah, connect the system, exactly. So we can read the programs that are available on the machine.
Yes.
And then we can start the teach part process.
Start task. Say again.
Now, when we start the task, the left-hand side becomes a wizard that guides the user into all the steps that are necessary. So as you can see, first you specify the part size, then you will specify how to handle it with the gripper,
Yes.
and finally which process you want to run.
Okay.
And that's basically it. So you start by inserting a name.
Okay. For example,
Dobot, right?
Yeah.
And then you can see the part will actually be visualized in the 3D environment.
In
and
real
it's
time?
In real time.
If you change something?
If you change something, right? So now I want to
cylinder,
change the shape to a cylinder
Yeah.
or a box.
Yeah.
Right, it changes.
I see.
And then you can insert the measurements. For example, 100, 100, and 50.
It's changed.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's changed. Now, wait, it should be the opposite. Okay, like this, and like this. Okay, and there is the part updated, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. Now, we have, after this step, you have the refined parts. So, in some cases, the parts change a lot after machining, right?
Yeah, that's why
So-
they want to tend it. Yeah.
Exactly, that's the main purpose.
Yeah.
So, of course, we will need to insert the new measurements in case that's relevant. Now, in this case, the part doesn't change really in a relevant way, so we will not have to insert that. And also the weight in this case is almost not influential because it's just
We
important
must not
for the
consider
robot.
this takes this into consideration, yes.
Exactly. So we can just skim through and go to the definition of the grasp, right?
Okay.
So here you can see the gripper visualized
Yeah.
on top of the part, so you can adjust,
Okay.
for example, using the bars or numerical outputs.
Yes.
Also, if you want, you can
You
use.
can, you can use the bars to slide it
And
or
then you can
to
use
input
bars
the numbers.
if you want. Yeah, this is, and you can see in updated how the
as,
gripper will grasp the part.
open the distance. Yeah, as
Exactly.
customer they prefer and they what they are used to.
Exactly. And then, of course, you can set the grasp force. That is also important for cases of
Yes.
delicate parts.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And other parameters. So you do the same thing for raw and refined, and then you go to the process, and you arrive to the process definition, and here we read the programs available on the machine.
Okay.
So all the operator needs to do is select the right program, and that's basically it. A couple of parameters that some offset in case you want to place the part slightly differently in the chuck or device,
Okay.
and that's all.
Update
the value.
values.
And you finish.
Finish teaching. That's it. So
That's
the robot now will read the program automatically from the CNC machine.
The robot now, will know what program to call on the CNC machine.
Yeah.
Will adapt all the trajectories according to the part size.
Yes.
And that's all. The operator just will find the part available when it runs new batch. It will find the new Dobot part
Okay.
available there, and it can then fill the grid in the same way as we saw before.
Ah, that's amazing. And what is the, there is a, here is a blue item on the Dobot end flange. So there are two tools on the end flange. What is this?
Exactly. So this is what Thomas was talking about before. Like the nice thing about this software is that we can handle precisely the variability, the little variabilities of machine tending that we can find. So in this case, this is a milling machine, and the vice is not automatically actuated by the machine,
Okay.
but it has to be clamped, and that tool is what is used for. So the robot goes inside the machine and will clamp using
I
the
see.
tool there.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a slightly different setup, also slightly different operation, because of course now we need to use the clamp booster, that's how it's called,
Yeah.
to close the vice. So the task is slightly different in the operation. But
Okay.
this is something we can easily adapt the software to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we take a closer look to this robot? Yeah, okay. I think we can see here also the robot with the end flange and with the blue. We see the robot with end flange and with the blue parts on the robot. Also installed also 21 degrees on the
Yes, it is installed in the same way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think in between, during these 2-3 minutes, so our first part is already finished, or
Exactly.
more
You
than
can
one
see-
part is already finished. It's already
Exactly,
here.
right?
It's so excited. It's already placed on the cart.
Yeah, actually you can see the part that is finished there, and
Yeah.
another one is in the process.
And I
So,
see also
yeah.
that the robot is, the color is in red. I think it's the safety fence is triggered. Somebody
Exactly. Now
just
someone
entered,
yes.
so it's totally secured for the
Totally
workers.
secure. Exactly.
Yeah, so when somebody enters the working zone, the robot will stop
immediately.
until you need to, I think according to the EU regulation, you need to press some physical button and then you can enable
Exactly.
it again.
Yes. So
Ah.
there is a safety button on the fence, and then our interface
Yeah.
allows to unlock. So that's
So
what
now
we
it's,
just did.
yeah, so can I try?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Right.
Okay, so now
You make it.
it's green now, okay.
It's green.
Ah,
Red.
it's right. Okay, the
Exactly.
robot is stopped.
Yeah.
That's great. So because safety for the robot is always a critical topic, and it's
Exactly,
very
right? Yeah.
one of the most important in the European Union.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
as
We care
a
lot
German
about
company,
that,
you as a
and
Danish
as we
company, we need to pay our highest attention on that.
should. Yes.
Okay, guys, I think so far we have seen the production here in the floor,
Yeah.
and I guess you guys maybe have some questions and some advices. So I think let's move back to the studio. Me, Francesco, and Magnus will continue to stay with you guys, and we'll discuss about your thoughts. So we start in very short period our Q&A. Yes. So
Yes.
see you guys very
later.
fast. Okay, guys, so finally we're back to the studio. It's another world, so quiet here. So I think in the production, really they need the robot so that the people, they can work in a sound-free or relative comfortable scenario, compatible environment.
Yeah.
And also, I see, Magnus, I see on there, they have a big screen to show their production plan. I think they use kind of a production planning software, maybe in coordinates of their ERP system. Do you have the next step for your RiACT Reflex solution with Dobot that in the future be able to read the production orders from the ERP system and give feedback to them?
Yeah, so Lian Hansen Maskinfabrik, they actually developed their own planning system, a production planning system called TopFlow.
Okay.
And what we do is now starting a new big project called Lights Out Production, where Reflex, our software, will integrate with their planning system. So we will receive the orders of what needs to be produced on the different machines.
Yeah.
And then our software will take over, make sure that ADVs are bringing the raw parts to the machines, having the robots actually feeding the machines and bringing it to quality control.
To the CMM, yes. Okay, so that means we're gonna, in the near future, we're gonna see here more Dobots running here.
I think we will.
Yeah, we look forward to that. Okay, now I think we are back to the Q&A, and we see which kind of which questions are coming from the audience or viewers. Yeah. So sure. Maybe okay. So number one, it is okay. How does the joint reflex Dobot solution ensure safety in fast-paced environments? So I think maybe Francisco, you can give some input.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw, we integrate actually standard safety components. They actually are passing completely using the usual path, independent of our software.
Yeah.
So usually we will install a safety PLC that will just make sure that all the safety is treated under ISO regulations.
Yeah. So this is fully prepared. Is according to the EU regulations.
Exactly.
Okay. Of course, we also need to pay our best attention to this kind of regulations. Yes. Okay. So the next question, let's say, yeah. So do you have the robots with force sensor as well? Yes, we do have. We have, as you say, I'm not sure you say in the video, we have now also our for machine tending scenario, especially we have also our robot with IP68 protection, so that is protected free from the water. This is also highly required for the fish processing industries, for example, our customers in Iceland and so on. And for the force sensor, yes, now we also published our new product, I think weeks ago, our CRA with force sensor, we call it CRAF series. So it's with integrated force sensor in the end flange, so that you can just connect the end effectors with the connection points, so that you can start to produce without external force sensors. Yes, I think time is very limited. We're gonna answer the last question. So yeah, I believe this question is for Magnus. Okay, what is the ROI timeline for robotic machine tending in Europe?
So typically it's less than 2 years, but it depends very much case by case. But I think what is really important if you're looking into investing into robots is not only considering the upfront cost you have, but also looking at what are the costs once you acquired the robot solution. So looking at the lifetime cost of a robot, because that's often very easy to forget. When you invest, you see the price of buying the robot, but the real expensive part comes if you need externals to come in and reprogram it for you. And that can typically be 4 to 5 times higher than the actual cost of the robot itself.
So in this case, that kind of in-house solution is very important and very smart solution for the end users. It's fair, transparent, and easy.
Yeah, I think this word like in-house manufacturing, I think that is key to actually enabling the potential of robots and getting actually a good return on investment on the investments you make.
I think this is also the future for the automation.
Yeah.
Yes. Be fair with your customer, be transparent with your customer,
Yes.
and be cooperative with your
Yes.
customer. Okay, I think, guys, so that was the wrap for today, for today's live streaming. So thank you for being with us, watching our channel, and thank you also Francisco, Magnus, also Thomas, for sharing your insights. Also a big shout out for our marketing team and our awesome photography team behind the cameras. And we hope to see you guys again in the near future. Anywhere, maybe in Denmark, maybe in Sweden, or maybe in Iceland, even better. And if you have further doubts, further questions, that you need a live demonstration and you need a commercial proposal and anything, please reach out to us at any time. We will be glad to assist you at any time.
Thank you, Wei.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you guys, and
Yes.
then see you. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
See you soon.
Are we muted?